Does Elon Musk really mean that the US is going bankrupt? A restart is on the way. There will be a change. This is what I'm going to explain in this film. Prepare. Get ready for this crap that you won't believe. I think there will be people who have mixed feelings about whether Trump should win or not. But we do have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to drastically cut back on laws and the size of the government, because along with the rules, America's also quickly going bankrupt. And it looks like no one is really paying attention to the graveyard on this one, but everyone is taking the silverware. Before the Titanic sinks, everyone is putting silverware in their bags. The budget for the Defense Department is pretty big, right? They spend $1 trillion a year on DoD and TELUS. A lot of money. And the interest on the national debt just went over the budget for the Defense Department. Yet they earn over $1 trillion a year in interest alone, and that number keeps going up. We're adding $1 trillion to our debt every 3 months, and our children and grandchildren will have to find a way to pay it back. After that, kids will go every 2 months, then every month. After that, we'll only have to pay interest. And it's the same as a big person who has too much credit card debt. This story does not have a happy finish, so we need to cut back on spending. That's why you need to go get the safe trip. This is why people are switching to Bitcoin. But look at this. For how much do we pay in interest on our loan? The Congressional Budget Office, CBO, says that in the fiscal year of 2024, interest payments will add up to $892 billion. It could quickly rise to $1 trillion by 2025 and $1.7 trillion by 2034. This means that over the next 10 years, net interest payments will add up to $12.9 trillion. That is crazy. How much longer can this go on? The central bankers got together, and Catherine Austin Fitts talks about how the war model used by the central bank means that the system needs to be reset every 100 years. The fix for the people won't happen if we don't demand it. Come check us out. But here's what's going on. Our current way of running the economy needs to be changed. The central bankers got together and said, let's do a going direct reset. The world's business leaders called it the Great Reset, but they're basically starting over. This form of central banking warfare has been used for about 500 years. Every 100 years or so, it starts over. There are also interesting trends that show up before each reset. Anyway, we do need a fresh start, and it has to do with Tina Turner. We can make this smooth or rough. And the least risky way to restart if you're at the top, if you're Mr. Global, is to drastically cut the population and keep full control over them. Also, that's what they do. To reset things in a different way, we could basically move toward an economic model that is good for the earth and builds wealth around the world. I think this is possible. It's known as civilization. It's possible that countries will work together, but they'll have to smoke. It's possible for this to bring countries together as a coin. The future looks bright for this kind of currency. It could change the way banking systems work to encourage BRICS to work together economically. When a new composite currency comes out and is used, it will definitely cause changes in the financial system, capital markets around the world, and the value of its constituent parts. It will also restart the market and the banking system. That means that eventually something big will happen, right? Let's be clear, this is a time bomb. They might have an answer, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm in crypto. That's why I buy cryptocurrency. I think it will be worth something, while the dollar won't, right? Also, I should be able to exchange my crypto for another coin, right? The people who own certain crypto assets might also get fucked when there's a new one and everything is restarted, right? Since they were changed, they could be worth a lot more money. Okay, let me show you this. There will be a decline soon for sure. What your crazy friends may tell you is probably going to be a sadness. You would be wrong. Those are not true. The dollar is going to fall apart soon. That hasn't happened to you. We've never seen the dollar, which is the world's main currency, fall apart. Will be called Venezuela after this. If you want to be ready, get ready like people in Venezuela should have done. Soon. I don't know when it will happen, but it will happen overnight soon. Everything will fall apart, banks will close, and there will be chaos. Okay, here's the world debt clock. Guys, so this amount should be around 60, but it's 90. Japan has 302% and China has 82%, right? India is at 97%, France is at 129%, Italy is at 174%, Brazil is at 107%, and Canada is at 130%. The UK is at 110%. This can't go on 110%. This can't go on for much longer. All of this is going to fall apart and crash in the end, okay? Sign up for my channel if you're not already and help me grow. We want to have 40,000 members by the end of the year. With your help, we can do it. I love you. Hello, it's Warren Buffett. This is all I want to show you. A stock that Warren Buffett owns for a lot of money was just sold for another $3.1 billion. This is why. Since the beginning of the year, Warren Buffett has sold more Berkshire Hathaway stock than he has bought. He is taking advantage of lower tax rates by taking capital gains from stocks all the time. Before following Buffett's lead, investors should look at how the business is expected to do. That being said, you should talk to a tactful advisor. Warren Buffett hasn't seen much to like in the stock market in a while. In the last few years, Buffett has bought more stocks in Berkshire Hathaway, the stock market, and new companies every quarter. In the last quarter, Buffett sold a huge amount of Apple stock, nearly half of his entire shares in Apple. Berkshire Hathaway sold about $72.6 billion worth of stock. It was by far the biggest stock sale in history. This quarter, Buffett is focusing on the biggest holding at Berkshire Hathaway, or at least it will be used to be. Normally, we have to wait for Berkshire Hathaway's quarterly reports, but the SEC will see what the Oracle of Hama and his team do and make changes to the company's portfolio. This is what happens when an investor owns more than 10% of a publicly traded business. Every buy or sale of stock must be made public within 3 days. This is how we know that Warren Buffett's company Berkshire is selling its share of Bank of America. He sold a share of Bank of America because of this. It's really huge, right? After selling the shares for $3.8 billion on July 17th, he sold it again for $3.1 billion at the end of August. At the end of the second quarter, he sold $41 billion in early September. And today it sold $34 billion. He really is one of the smartest managers in the world, without a doubt. He comes from the future. The guy, or he wants to be called a great man. Okay, he thinks that something very bad is going to happen. He's leaving. He's leaving to stay safe. Okay. The stock market has been going through a crazy stretch. It has been reaching all-time highs. Guys, we're going to have some kind of bear market at some point. Okay, he knows that's what he's getting ready for. Also, there's this really cool reset going on. That's why I buy cryptocurrency. I own Stellar, XRP, and a few other things, right? Like Quant. I think these assets will be used to fix the mess that our present financial system is in. There must be a plan, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope you guys liked this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you did. Hello, peace, and thanks.